What do these abbreviations mean in Slovakia? ICO is the identification number of an organization. It's automatically assigned to almost all entities. Entrepreneurs, whether sole traders or trading companies, public organizations such as schools and municipalities, but also to third sector organizations such as citizens associations, foundations, and so on. On the other hand, ordinary people in the Slovak Republic don't have an ID number, as they use their birth certificate number, the identifier assigned by the state. DIC, or tax ID, is the income tax identification number. This only applies to income tax, not value-added tax. The tax authorities use this number to identify the entity, and it also shows that the person or the organization is registered for income tax. Every entity that has income from business must also have a tax ID. Most often, these are entrepreneurs, but they can also be other persons. For example, a landlord letting a flat who doesn't run a business but earns income from letting, which is considered to be income from business. A citizens association must also apply for a tax ID if it decides to do business. Otherwise, it doesn't need to have a tax ID. The tax authority issues tax ID numbers to entrepreneurs automatically, usually within 30 days of establishment of their business license. Other entities must apply for a tax ID themselves if they need one or are obliged to have one. The allocated tax ID should appear on the entrepreneur's accounting documents from the moment it has been issued by the tax authority. The entrepreneur is not obliged to include the tax ID on invoices and can issue invoices without it before the tax authority has issued the tax ID. Apart from the tax ID, or DIC, we also have VAT ID, or ICDPH. It's also a tax identification number, but applies to a different tax, the value-added tax. Only those entrepreneurs who have applied for the VAT registration themselves, either voluntarily or compulsorily, have a VAT ID number. This number is not assigned automatically. Based on the VAT ID, entrepreneurs can verify if their business partner is a registered VAT payer, and that's why they have to indicate it on all documents, both for accounting and tax. SKNACE is a European abbreviation standing for the Statistical Classification of Economic Activities in the European Community. SKNACE is automatically assigned by the Statistical Office to every entity that carries out any activities. And since it's intended for statistical purposes only, the entrepreneur doesn't have to mention it in documents. If you've enjoyed this video, click on like. And if you want to watch other interesting videos, click on the bell to subscribe.